Top of the tops. Top of the tops to everybody tuned in. This is Peacock's TV. I'm your host, Sega Misfit, in the building. Shout out my little Keke Loco and Big Sis, Kesha Misfit. We just in the building right now it was a heated discussion today on the no ceilings today. It was crazy, man. If you didn't tune in, I'm going to give you a quick recap. You tuned into the right place right now. Because I'm going to give you a nice little recap on exactly what went down. And if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock, it's been a lot going on with this whole, Kendrick Lamar Drake situation. It's been 2 years. It's been 2 whole years, and it's still a lot of controversy around it, which is crazy. That's still alive and well. But before we get into that, make sure you head over to the No Ceilings Podcast YouTube page. Subscribe to the No Ceilings YouTube page. And make sure you tune into the No Ceilings, the lunch hour, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. And make sure you lock in with G Malone, Trap, Coach, King, Six, Pete, Keke Loco, and myself every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And make sure you also head over to, want to say, I know for iPhones, it's the podcast app. For iPhone, it's the podcast app. But for Androids, I'm not exactly sure, but you can head over there and add No Ceilings Podcast, brought to you by iHeartRadio and the Black Effect Network, brought to you by Charlemagne the God. If you don't know, I don't know where you've been. You're probably the same rock you was living under to not understand what Kendrick has been doing to the industry, what this whole Kendrick and Drake situation has done, and how it's still going on today. So let's get into it. Also, shout out Meals by Manny. Meals by Manny, go head over to millsbymanny.com and get you some good seasoning, or order you a whole meal that's already made, fresh out the pot by Meals by Manny, who gets busy. If you need a nice little meal plan, he'll get you one of those, hook you up and get you right too, whether you're trying to lose weight or gain weight. So head over to millsbymanny.com and get your issue. With that said, we're going to get right into it because, today was a crazy day. Like, for me, I'm looking at it like we facing a lot while trying to save this thing we call hip hop, while trying to preserve this thing we call hip hop, and preserve any aspect of black culture that we have left that hasn't been, pillaged. So it's interesting to me how, I'm watching, the whole show, and how we have to kind of explain to certain individuals. Shout out my low trap. Shout out my low trap. And shout out my little coach. But they still kind of like on the fence with, accepting certain behaviors and certain, displays of disrespect, and accepting it right blatantly while just, sidestepping and, just letting people do what they do and play in our face. And that's kind of like, that's not what we doing. That's not what we doing. Is that what we doing? Is that what we doing? If that's what we doing, I don't know, man. I need a timeout. Cause for me, I'm looking at it like, yo, all right. I get it if you don't understand. I get it. If you don't feel a threat, I get it. But don't stand in front of me and stop me from stopping the threat because you don't see that it's a threat. Because if you can't see that it's a threat and I do, I'm still obligated to stop the threat, whether you see it or not. So it's a plus on one end, because it's like, that lets us know we doing our job. We doing our job well enough to have some individuals maybe feel like, oh, this all right. This ain't gonna hurt us. But we see this threat right, and it's imminent. It's prevalent. It's right in our face, blatant, obvious, and we not letting it happen. We not letting it rock. You see what Kendrick did to Drake, and he exposed the actual intention, which is what really hurt Drake, not being accused of being a PDF, because people still listen to his music to this day. What hurt him was his credibility, because he wasn't able to be authentic and carry the authenticity over, in which Kendrick was able to do that because that just is him. And he was going up against something that was actually that, in which he was emulating. So you're not gonna win. If I've been pretending I know kung fu and I go up against a kung fu master, no pun intended, I'm gonna get my ass whooped. I don't care how many times I make the oh, you can look good. When it's time to battle, it's ass whooping time. I can pretend to box all day. I can talk my shit in the press conference. I can show you all the moves when I'm hitting the heavy bag. I can even probably win off of sheer stamina against certain opponents, not even really having hands, just tire them out. But when it comes down to really meeting a master of the situation and somebody who is of that, the emulation don't last. The copycat can't win. And you know, when it comes to people playing in our face, like a Jack Harlow or a Drake, and it's one thing to play. What the playing in our face aspect comes in when you are trying to trick me into listening to you. You playing in my face. Now, if you want to go ahead and call your music popular music, because you appease to popular demand with little to no regard to cultural value, unless it profited you, unless you found it profitable, at least be honest about that. Don't do that and then tell me you are from where I'm from, or doing it with the same impact or the same intent that I'm doing it, and try to compare the two. That's where shit get real tricky. That's where things get real tricky, man. But without further ado, we're gonna get into this G Malone. We're gonna get into what G Malone had to say, and my lokes over there at the table. See what they talking about. Hold on. Let me get this straight real quick. Okay, well, this ain't. It's acting funny style. Here we go. My dog. Here we go. Now we getting somewhere. Excuse me. Don't mind me. We about to get this right. All right. Here we go.
Using Pop, because you don't know how Pop would have felt about the situation. So you just using his voice without his people's consent and making them go against the West and stuff. It just seemed lame to me.
No, I'm not mad at that, man. I just think that we could all get over people doing that. But let me get to this. Because we all phone called out the game. Hold on.
All right.
Okay. We ain't gonna never be able to do the show because people calling. Hold on, y'all give us a minute before we could get through the show. You feel me? And make some sense out of it and get to it. But yeah, the point I'm saying is, I just think like I don't know if Gillie is being disingenuous. He's saying what he's saying, or he's just wrong. He just wrong.
I'm gonna say like this. He wrong, but he's also just giving it to, you know what I'm saying, his perspective on how he's seen the battle go down, though. You know what I'm saying? It
so
wasn't like
he really feel like people think this man is a PDF. He feel like
the battle was won off the lies.
Yeah, but that don't make sense. Like it's not about truth or lies. Like the battles are all exaggeration of what people think.
Facts only. It's not about lies. It's not about somebody making up a story. First of all, hold on. First of all, it's not even about nobody was even lying. Like, in the end of the day, everything Kendrick said stuck. Show me something that he was lying about. Leave in the comments if there was a lie in anything Kendrick said, from Euphoria to Like That to Not Like Us. Where's the lie? Because if we saying he lied about colonizing, well, he came over here and took every part of every culture and made the songs. He didn't make Canadian songs. He made American songs to appease to us for the sake of popular demand. So he took the center of every honey bun and made music, made a big cake with the center of honey buns. And ultimately, that wasn't none of his culture. What did he teach us? What did he teach us about Canada? How did he add value to the culture? So it's not about him. Nobody lied. Nobody lied, bruh. Who lied? They talking about the PDF? Hey, if the shoe fits, you on camera talking about you want to kiss a 17-year-old after she told you she was 17. You on camera. It's a video that's out there right now. And whether you want to say, well, the age of consent, so you going to states where the age of consent is lower than the actual age that's considered an adult? For what? What is the point? Why wouldn't you just go get an adult? And after she told you she was 17, you leaned in, kissed her on the forehead, and told her that her breasts felt good on your chest. Where's the lie? Gillie, where's the lie, Gillie? I think they just don't like West Coast rappers. I think they just mad that West Coast is back doing some real shit and showing you that it's real. I think everybody mad because whatever you was on was an emulation, and now the real thing is here. The real thing is here. And you can't fake it anymore. And I'm not calling anybody fake. I'm not trying to test your gangster or none of that. Cause it's not even a question about that. It's just about where your heart at. Where's your heart at? What was you really in it for? Because if you was in it for what we was really in it for, you should see the difference. The difference should be blatant. It should be obvious. Michael Eric Dyson. It should be obvious that they playing in our face. But I'm gonna let G keep cooking. Hold on.
Like, there is a factual element where there's a video with homie on stage looking extra handsy with a 17-year-old. That's not to say he did nothing outside of what we saw in the thing. This is actually a joke that he made about himself in this particular battle before that joke go off.
He said that.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if that was the case, then you would still need to be mad at Drake for making the initial joke, Gillie. Like, he started the joke. He said, hey, say I like young girls. That's a tip from me. Like, dog, you gave him the game. Right. Nothing that I said in this battle was new. And that's what I'm saying. It's not like he came and read.
Oh, well, the other daughter that wasn't
even
mentioned.
That concept is rooted in what happened before.
Yeah.
You, just you, building your app on Base 44.
Hogwash.
Describe it.
Hogwash, Trap.
And it's real.
And you know you my G. You my dog, Trap. But hogwash.
You know what I'm saying? Even that thing. No, we just let us get through it because all the calls, the show will be all calls. Just
the glasses let everybody talk for 45 minutes. That's why.
Well, we got to put a time limit on them calls.
Yeah, I'm about to start taking that phone, man. I'm about to get that phone.
Yeah,
this man.
60 seconds, man. 60 seconds, yo.
But the point is, y'all let the community speak. Y'all don't be like that with the community. Sometimes they.
All right, my bad. When I hit it like this, when I go like this.
Nah. No, you know what? I'm gonna say because it's serving right for what he got hit with that later on.
Well,
Yeah,
because
right.
This man said Jack Harlow shit is dope. Oh, your glasses and you aficionado of hip hop. Like that shit don't even.
but see, the point is, and getting to Jack Harlow, it was never about him being dope. It's never about if the music is good.
Which it
The
wasn't. Trap.
fact that people can get to the music
Sound
good
was
and we
good.
waste our time talk about if the music is good,
Terrible.
that's like asking if a slaver is nice to his wife. Like he hangs slaves in the field, but he treat his wife nice. I don't care how he treats
You
his
go
wife.
to the full
I don't know.
extreme, bro.
Trap, I'm trying to think right now, Trap. I'm trying.
There's nothing extreme about that. That's exactly what we doing. How do you look past the bullshit to even give him a positive critique? How do you look past the bullshit to say, you know what, sir? I see all the bullshit you're on, but let me go ahead and join you for dinner. I see exactly how you treat us. I see exactly how you treat everybody, but let me go ahead and join you and listen to what you got to say. Let me hear it out. You don't think that he already came up with the perfect thing to say to you? The perfect band to play the music while he courts you and sits you down in the house in hopes that you fall right into his hands on some bullshit? Hopes that you just eat it all up. No Epstein. Just eat it all up. That's the whole point, for you to eat it up. Disarm you. Well, yeah, it sounds good. It sounds good, Trap, because it's supposed to sound good, Trap. He's spending millions on a campaign, a rollout. They gave him a budget, and this is what he did with his rollout. He spent millions. Robert Glasper went and got him a bag. Makes me, I gotta know. I want to just have that conversation with Robert Glasper. Like, what made you? How much? How much did they pay you for you to give the sound away to this nigga? How much did they? That bag must have been pretty because you gave him the sauce. Yo, Robert Glasper was Eddie from Good Burger. You seen Good Burger, sis?
Yeah.
You remember? Oh, you. Sis. Hey, remember Eddie?
Yeah.
And he had the special sauce, and and Mondo Burger was trying to get it from him.
Absolutely.
And Mondo Burger successfully got the sauce from Robert Glasper, Eddie ass nigga. And I fuck with Robert Glasper. You know how tough we mess with Robert Glasper? Don't we listen to Robert Glasper like every day?
Every day. Every day. And he got a song coming.
Huh?
He got a song on what you call his album?
He helped produce the album.
Oh.
He has production credits, like co-production credits. So all that tells me is you had Robert Glasper there. That's why it sounds like that.
That's why it sounds so man.
Come on, man. Of course it's gonna sound good. What are you talking about? It's not Jack Harlow that sound good. It's Robert Glasper.
Robert Glasper.
What are we talking about, Trap? You really gonna sit here and say this shit sound good? You should know better. He went and got one of the best chefs in the industry to make to make the dessert for everybody. And then whoever dressing him, I don't even want to know who styled him, because if I find out it's like whoever styled like a Mos Def video, I'm gonna be hot. Let me find out it's the same nigga that styled Brown Sugar or Lady. Y'all had to get y'all bag. I'm not mad at you. Get your bag, you know, but at the same time, this ain't it. Get your bag, but this ain't it. Jack Harlow, on top of the fact, I'm gonna let G cook, but on top of the fact, you can actually Google Monica. Just Google Monica, and depending on where you are, you know, you might be like shadow banned from certain deep searches, because that is a real thing. So depending on your location and depending on, you know, how much you invest in your Google account, you may be, you know, privy to the information. It may show you, it may not. You might have to go over to DuckDuckGo. You might have to go over to other search engines. But rest assured you'll find it. I'm sure you. Matter of fact, you probably go to TikTok, but just search Monica, and what does Monica mean, and then you'll find that it's been a racial slur that's been used amongst like young white American teens and young adults when they talk to black people. So they'll walk up to a black person. Actually, there's a blog post of a black guy. He said his white friends kept walking up to him throughout the day, calling him, saying Monica. And he's like, but that's not my name. I don't get what that means. So does anybody know what that means? And there was like a plethora. So I'm going Michael Eric Dyson on y'all. Plethora of comments saying they're calling you my nigga. So that's kind of crazy that you would even decide to choose that as your song title for the album that you consider yourself being blacker while you court a black woman. Are you calling her your nigga? Is this some type of fantasy, some fetish, like Django? Like, is that your nigga? Hey, my nigga. Monica is my nigga. Come here, my nigga. And if you even watch, I was watching Keem from Apollo. I was watching his recap on the video, and he pointed out how it's crazy that like even all the mannerisms about the video, nothing about it that's just not how we even do it. The bravado's not there. Everything about it is like you say you was getting blacker, but everything about it is like how a white person would approach what they think black is. It's almost like a sketch comedy. It looks like a In Living Color video, like when he did Snow. If y'all know, if you're familiar with In Living Color, the OG sketch comedy, and they did Snow. They did a sketch comedy on Snow. And if you look up Snow, you'll know he was a white guy that was a reggae artist. Didn't have a accent to his bones. But he made a black. Did he not? He made a black, nigga. Informer, see the minutes over there, black. Boom, boom, down. Hey, he made a black. All right. But they In Living Color made a whole like sketch comedy on his video. And this looks like a sketch comedy video, but he really was serious, but not really serious. It's like he playing in our face. So I just can't roll with it, man. It's just so much you can say about it. And I don't see how it's not obvious. I personally don't see how it's not obvious. Like, he came in our face, went and got Robert Glasper. It's going to sound immaculate. Went and got the biggest watermelon he could find. I'm having a picnic for all you nigga boys and you nigga girls too. And what gets me, sis, what really grinds my gears? All the lost goddesses and queens that don't love themselves. That's gonna eat this up.
Oh yeah, they are.
That pains me.
It's gonna sound so soulful.
That pains my heart. At the same time, I can only be grateful for the awareness. For this catalyst that made everybody stand out who was really on that bullshit. It made everybody who couldn't help but be on that bullshit stand out like a damn glow stick in the middle of the night. They just cracked. All the glow sticks cracked. Cracked your damn glow stick. Out here two-stepping to white sugar. Come on, man. You better put some John B on if we talking like we gonna put something on that's worth listening to. I'm not putting on Jack Harlow. Not this cosplaying. Not even cosplaying. This is blackface. This is blackface at its finest. And 2026 blackface 2.0. Blackface GPT. That's what we dealing with. Blackface GPT. And man, I'm gonna let G finish cooking, and then we gonna wrap this up.
Trying to figure out if this is a good one. Because, you know, sometimes he has some good ones, sometimes he has some terrible ones.
Extreme.
Is this a good one?
The extreme.
Like a slaver good to his wife. Is that a good one? Is this a good one, G?
So we're judging the character of a person.
Okay.
Right? They used to hang slaves. It's like right now, shout out to Cesar Chavez, rest in peace, right? He used to have all these holidays. The lady that would have been like the person that was next to him in the movement, let's say roughly call it Jesse Jackson, right? Dolores Huerta, she came out and said Cesar Chavez sexually assaulted her.
Okay.
So again, it's one of those things where you're saying, are we judging a person, right? It's like you get to the music because you don't, and this is what I was furious about. How do you get to if something else past this? Now, I get it if it's like we talking about, hey, you know what, he down with something I'm not down with. You know, again, like we've been talking about, it's one thing to have that argument where we talking about he not down with something I'm down with. But we talking about something that all of us are. And a lot of people at the table. We for sure all black. And it was
not
to the
everybody,
point,
not everybody.
I'm saying a lot of people at the table is black. So if you see somebody playing in your face, how do you get to the music?
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Where vibe coding meets drag and drop freedom. We'll see about that. All right, let me try to make up a site to sell some like theoretical kombucha kombucha. Make me a site about
shit.
Yo, let me ask you this though, right?
Why would he talk about Jack Hart? How did you get to Spotify, Apple, see the heading, see the conversation, and decide I need to go listen to this music?
And this is what I told you though. What I told you was the fact that this is the first thing I said. I said to the fact
you
that
African, Natasha, you don't count.
For the fact of us mentioning this shit though, right?
Yeah.
Mentioning this shit.
You on the last
it builds
making up.
She's from South Africa.
Builds curiosity into people and make people want to go listen to this shit though.
But that's what you should be ashamed of as a human.
I didn't listen to it for curiosity.
No.
What?
Now you might be trying to do research. Listen to the album. You might want to see what else.
I did a
what else is wrong with this album? What else is he doing wrong? You might go deep. Man, what else is happening?
No, I'm saying if your intentions, right, is one thing that your intentions are, hey, you know what? I want to go listen to do research.
Okay.
It's another thing if I'm listening to trap or this guy saying, hey, if you listen to see if it's a good album. Like
after knowing
I was arguing with Lex about the same thing, right? And Lex got mad. I'm like, bro, he's blackface. This is what blackface is. And Lex couldn't believe it. He said, no, this is blackface. And then he sent a picture. And then I sent him back a picture of Drake in blackface. Like, no, this is blackface too. But that's a whole nother story. But I'm like, blackface wouldn't look like that today, right? Today, it would be more evolved into a space where it becomes things that are liked. Like, you're not going to see blackface in 2026 like you saw in 1936.
I don't know about that.
You're not.
I don't know about that.
You're not.
No, you're going to see you're going to see somebody in blackface in 2026.
That would be only because they're parodying something from.
They're going to try to hide it behind some other shit. It's Halloween, or I like somebody else.
But
we know what they're doing.
Yeah, but that's not what blackface is. Blackface is when a white entertainer used to kind of claw themselves in exaggerated ideas of black people. So, like, right, my skin is what it is. They would make their skin ultimate dark. They would go to the furthest extent for entertainment.
Trust and believe with their friends' glasses when they not on that picture. They friends, they acting like shucking and jiving. And that blackface they doing for Halloween.
Yeah, but that's not that's not blackface. Like your blackface is a specific time period when white actors were entertaining white audiences with exaggerated black features. Blackface ain't just simply painting your face black. There's a whole standard codes that go with it. It's an entertainment piece. This is what blackface is. This is what blackface was born out of.
It is an entertainment piece for sure.
So again, it's for a show.
I think you got to take the time period out of that definition.
Well, it is the time period
because if you're gonna use the time period, then you can't say Jack Harlow's blackface. No,
yes, I could.
Nah, see, you could easily say blackface because he's not. I mean, G gonna explain, but I mean, I don't understand how other people don't see it. You don't even got to explain it. You don't even have to explain anything. Like, it's pretty evident that this dude is doing blackface. Like, you don't have to put you don't have to paint nothing on him. He's got the bet. Like, please, I'm gonna need him. See, the thing is, here's the kicker of it all is this: if the intention was to be the true embodiment of the artist that you so-called say that you love and that you're paying homage to, if the intention were that, then the whole rollout would have been that. It wouldn't have been a rollout built around controversy for the sake of album sales. So once you do that, you create this pop factor. It's a pop factor. You did it for the sake of getting people riled up, and you threw a whole wrench in the shit. You did shit on purpose, which defeats the purpose of this genre that you're supposedly, paying homage to. So that's an even more evident fact that it's for sure blackface. Because it's almost just like in the way that Tropic Thunder had Robert Downey Jr. doing blackface. But what the genius was it was a white man, a white actor playing a black man. And what it did was the dichotomy of it exposed the idea of how a white person thinks a black person acts. This is what entails being black. I got to do this thing. And instead of it making a mockery out of black people, it made a mockery out of that white person who was so ignorant for making that type of decision. And it poked fun at that white person making this ignorant decision to do this throughout the movie. So when you have that dynamic, and then you have this dynamic right here where there's no value in it. The only value in it is a blatant, I just stole this whole thing from y'all. Look at me shucking and jiving. How I could do this now. How, hey, yo, I'm cool. Hey, yo, that's fly. I'm fresh. That's what he sound like. That's what this shit look like. Like you just picking things to do that are gonna fit. So hopefully we say, yeah, you did that. And a lot of y'all are saying, yeah, he did that. That's crazy. No, he didn't. He didn't pull it off by any means. And you letting it ride is crazy. If he pulled it off, then what did D'Angelo do? If he pulled it off, then what did D'Angelo do? What did Erykah Badu do? What did Jill Scott do? If Jack Harlow is pulling it off, if this is what pulling it off is, if this is what the good music of that genre, this is it. What the fuck is D'Angelo? Rest in peace, thrive in paradise, because he ain't died, he's still alive. Very well. Alive and well. You could take that literal figure, I don't know, this ain't no conspiracy theory type shit. If you know, you know. But what did D'Angelo do? What did Maxwell do? What did Eric Benet do? What did Music Soul Child do if Jack Harlow hit a bullseye? You... Hey, man. Hey. If this is hitting the bullseye, then that means everybody else failed. If this is accomplishing, that means everybody else did it wrong. That means Lauryn Hill did it wrong. That means Mos Def did it wrong. Yasin Bey did it wrong. Nate Dogg did it wrong. Can you imagine Nate Dogg doing it wrong, nigga? Nate Dogg did it wrong. If Jack Harlow doing it right, Nate Dogg did it wrong. The whole rollout was wrong. What was we thinking? Why was we trying to interject love and understanding and unity and community? We should have been trying to. We should have threw some bullshit on the cover so we could stir everybody up. And then they'll make them listen to it even more. Stir the bullshit up. Let me be on some bullshit. Let me play around with this. That boy playing around, skipping through the fucking city. With a black girl he can't believe he would. And I'm gonna give it to y'all. Like now if we talking like, you know, some unity, harmony, everybody, you know, we all understand everybody is God's children. So it's not a racial thing, but we don't use that to weaponize my observations on what people do behind their skin. Don't make that as a weapon to say, oh, well, we should all be able to do. So somebody, a fuck nigga, can hide behind it. That's the issue with certain things being okay. Because now you allow for bullshitters to hide behind bullshit. We understand the harmony. If that's the case, then you need to articulate that to me. Not be mad at me for observing when you're not displaying that. Because a true person who really loves the culture would never offend the culture. A true person who really loves unity and community is never going to offend the unity and community for the sake of album sales. That's not going to be their motive. That's not going to be their intention. So, it's a lot. This is crazy that this is just happening all real time. And Gillie, man, oh man, just go back to the drawing board with that one. Just go back to the drawing board, because at the end of the day, there's nothing you could really, anything you could say really about Kendrick right now, if it ain't like something good, and everybody gonna say, oh, you just a West Coaster and blah, 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 blah. No. This is evident. My sister pointed out something so clear that nobody even pointed out yet today, to this day. Here's why you need to leave Kung Fu Kenny alone. Specifically, Michael Eric Dyson. Specifically. Because with all your degrees, and all the books you wrote, and all the hip hop legends you may be tied to or no, you even spoke on Jay-Z and they told you to retract his name from that goofy ass statement you made. All of that you know, you, my friend, have never earned a Pulitzer. You, my man, have never earned a Pulitzer, as accredited and decorated as you are of a scholar. You have never won a Pulitzer in your life out of all the books you wrote. And here goes a kid from Compton. From Compton. The slums. The real slums. Because he can describe places vividly in Compton. And if you've been there, you know you have to be there to describe them in such detail. There's no half-stepping. There's videos of him in the middle of Watts, Nickerson Gardens, where you're not just going to walk around. He's in there rapping. Rapping his ass off. Wowing the crowd in Nickerson Gardens. You know what you got to do to wow the streets before the internet? And you know what you got to do to win a Pulitzer? Being from the streets of Compton? And you got a PhD and you sitting up here criticizing this man before you even honor him for winning a Pulitzer? Bro, sit your ass down, man. I'm sorry, with all due respect, Dr. Michael Eric Dyson, sit your ass down. Gillie, sit your ass down. Jack Harlow, sit your ass down. Drake, sit your ass down. It's just, y'all just not even being addressing the issue accountably. You're not even being accountable for your actions at this point. And it goes into deeper thinking. And, you know, now we getting into somehow you guys have found out the frequency that some of the people on that ain't gonna even give a damn. They just gonna let y'all play in our face. But hey, it's interesting how playing in your face is normalized and not allowing people to play in your face is abnormalized. But it still doesn't negate, because here's the kicker. Like I said before, even if you can't see the train coming, even if you can't see the threat ahead, and I do still see it, I'm still obligated to make sure it don't do nothing to nobody. So it's all G. Let's see. I'm gonna do one more little clip, because we ain't letting this shit ride, man. We just can't. I don't care about all the people talking about, oh, well, if you got album sales, you should be happy because you're making money. Shoot, he's getting a check. You're getting a check. Hey, if that's all you're doing it for, fine, cool. That's all good. I personally appreciate love, culture, unity, things that actually benefit while I'm actually doing something. Kind of have a double whammy. You know what I'm saying? Make it have have it fold over 2 or 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Make you a nice song where if you are articulating a struggle or something, okay, we still gonna articulate the struggle, but we're gonna have a message in it. We're gonna put something in there that's gonna be uplifting, even if it sounds a little dim, a little dark, even if it sounds that way. Oh, and then we might make some more music that it might be aggressive, but it's aggressive, but it's gonna be motivating. You can play it when you in the gym. We'll tune it to 528, 432 specifically. Do something like that, 444. But you're not just gonna take the culture and be on some bullshit, take the secret sauce, put it in your Mondo burger, and then have everybody getting sick. And they want more Mondo burger because you got secret sauce, because you got Robert Glasper. Now they want part 2. Now they want my nigga. They don't want my nigga. They don't want Monica. They want my nigga. Huh? Part 2. Jigaboo. Coons are us. I want to see. I honestly kind of just want to see what y'all gonna let him get away with now. I mean, fuck it. He getting away with this, and y'all defending this guy. You're defending this guy and really saying we should give it a try. I say we throw the CD out the window. We call that a floppy disk. Shout out to Dom Kennedy. Anyway, let's get back into it and we're gonna wrap up.
Because he's doing it right now with what he considers black things that black people made famous and exaggerated for entertainment.
Okay, whatever, dude. Just go. Move it on. I'm fine. Whatever. Whatever. Okay.
You don't get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I don't think you get it, but it's fine.
What don't
Let's
I get?
move on. Because I'm saying, like, if you can't make the definition, it don't even matter, dude. Like I said, I don't even want to detour from what you're trying to.
What?
I don't even want to detour from what you're saying.
Because I think this is the
because this don't matter. What I'm saying don't even matter right now. What your point, I get what you're trying to make.
Do you understand why people used to do blackface?
Yes,
that wasn't like just Tuesday.
I get it. That wasn't Tuesday.
Right? That was
I got you. Actors
in a minstrel show.
Right.
Exaggerating black ideas and features to entertain white audience.
I got you. Like I said,
so you saying that he exaggerated by putting a hat and glasses on, and I guess that filter over the picture was to entertain his white audience.
I get why this is be more blackface than somebody doing on Halloween. From Glass's definition, I was only talking about the time period part what he said there, but I get why this would be more blackface because he's almost like a caricature of himself at this point.
No, he's not a caricature of himself.
Of a black person.
He's a caricature of a black person, which is where blackface come from.
Of neo.
No, not
of a neo soul. Yeah,
neo soul is just
black artist.
Yeah. R&B artist. Yeah, black
that was
artist.
Something that was neo soul was a title that made record labels stop spending money on black artists. This artist is not good enough to cross over to a white audience, so we can reduce the budgets down and we can market it primarily to a black audience with a quarter of the budget.
Exactly.
If you ask anybody in the business, whenever they start putting titles on genres, that's going to determine how much they can market it. That's how much money.
Which also goes to show that if Jack Harlow is saying he's doing neo soul, how are you doing neo soul while paying homage to the people who rejected the idea of neo soul in the first place? They rejected the idea of that even being the genre. Why even try to name it neo soul? It's R&B. Call it what it is, straight up R&B. But because they wanted to infiltrate R&B, and that's a whole nother topic. You get into that, but yeah, man. I'm gonna put the link down to the full episode in the description, so y'all can go ahead and watch the full episode. And make sure you tap into No Ceilings, the lunch hour, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 noon, 3 p.m. Eastern. That's 12 noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. And rock in. Make sure you head over to the No Ceilings Podcast with Glass Malone YouTube channel. Subscribe, join the lunch table, lock in with us, and make sure you tune in. Also, make sure that if you have an iPhone or an Android, you head over and get the podcast app. On Apple, it's the Apple Podcast. You can just go over there, search No Ceilings, and you can run the No Ceilings Podcast, the actual podcast that streams on iHeartRadio every week. And there's always a new episode up for you to check out. And that's brought to you by iHeartRadio, as well as the Black Effect Network, which is brought to you by Charlemagne the God. If you don't know, hey, you've been under a rock. That's all I can tell you. You've been hiding under a rock, and the same rock. If you don't know what's going on in this whole situation with Kendrick and Drake, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. So make sure y'all tune in. Also head over to millsbymanny.com. Get you some Hood Fire seasonings, or you can order you up some meals. You can either order a meal plan. Manny will set you up with a meal plan so you can do your own thing in the kitchen and shake a couple of pots. And you can also order the Hood Fire seasoning, so make sure you know everything is seasoned right. Or you can just order up something that Manny can cook up and chef up for you. But get your chili right, and Manny gonna hook you up. You do it all. Tempura to brisket, burritos, all that. You name it, Manny is whipping it. So yeah, holla at Manny, millsbymanny.com. And this is Peacock's TV. I'm Sega Misfit, and I'm gonna catch y'all next time. Yeah, that.
Money they gonna spend.